Hello. Have we got the mic on? Oh, we're working. Lovely to see you all. Thank you for joining us. This is a very exciting session. We have the brilliant Vayner Media and Popworks, and we have been given a brief by them for our young talent to deliver on. So thank you for joining us. We are Digilearning. We are a charity that helps young people train them up and get them into rooms that they feel that they belong in and ensure that they do belong in those rooms. So thank you for being part of this. I would now like to invite Team 1 up, please, to kick off. I'm very excited. Already seen the lovely pink. Let's do this.
Hello everyone, my name is Brandon and we are Team 1. To start off with Team 1, our mission, to make Popworks the cultural staple snack for Gen Z students. To elaborate on that, basically, we want it to be a thing where Popworks is a snack where people be like, I'm with my friends, let me get some Popworks. Oh, we're at a party, let's go and get some Popworks. So we understood the brief and we just want to elaborate what we understand from it. We understand your target audience is 18 to 25-year-old students, ideally. You want to raise brand awareness and also you want to raise sales, of course. Who doesn't like money? You want to create a social media presence on the platforms such as Instagram and TikTok, which you guys normally use. And finally, to get Popworks popular. But before we dabble into what we have for you and how we can help you guys, we wanted to show you what we understand about Popworks. Popworks, formerly known as Pop Corners, are a plant-based, gluten-free, healthy alternative snack made to cater to all with a variety of flavors to enjoy without feeling guilty. You know, when people go on diets, they feel guilty, you know, when they eat when they want. Why Popworks works. Although you guys don't claim it, it is, from research, a healthier alternative and it's inclusive to all. So, like people who have celiac disease or if they're vegan, anyone can eat Popworks. It's affordable, which is good for people who want to go on budgets, or if you just want to have a cheap snack and not pay extra. And it's also unique. Who's ever seen a popcorn who looks like a Dorito? And obviously, the reason why it works, we also have feedback. So good. I got addicted to them and had to stop buying them. I am quite addicted to them myself. Popworks content. What I mean by this is, at the moment, from what I've seen from research, you guys' weakest point at the moment is your content. And here's some pointers what I found, what I think might help you guys. The use of hashtags, you guys don't use that much, but I think it'll be beneficial if you guys start using them so you can boost your, let's say, your awareness on the algorithm. Make content related to popular trends. I know you want to be unique and creative, but, you know, join the crowd, you know? Do the Popwork way. Deliver the right amount of content, engagement with people, so if they leave a comment, engage with them, have a little conversation, act friendly. And keep it simple, there's no need to be extravagant.
Right, so my name's Monique and I'm just going to go into the social media audit that we conducted. So the main things that we looked at was TikTok and Instagram, as this is the primary social media forums that our target audience uses. So for TikTok, we saw that there was uni pop-ups already, so this shows that the brand is in a right direction in going to direct spaces to see the target audience. However, we would like to continue these pop-ups in unis, but across London and across the UK. We also would like to have more student testimonials and have pop-ups at more relevant events. So this would be at freshers events and team building events that are typically at societies. And this would be a great way to open up the conversation and the awareness of Popworks, and also having that associated with the newer experiences when you're going to a fresher event. Additionally, we would kind of have the solution of having more bubbly, extroverted students to be the face of the brand, specifically with having user-generated content. And we would be able to have examples like this being the best nacho ice cream with Popworks, as we know they're in collaboration with creams. Additionally, we wanted to make sure that Instagram was more targeted to the target audience that we have, which are 21 and plus. So we wanted our content to reflect this. And because of this, we wanted to curate an Instagram page that was more of a memory wall or a Finsta with a compilation of student advice and also having core memories. Additionally, with that, we would have our prize draws. An example of this would be a graduation trip. So once uni students from third year have finally had their graduation, have a group trip that they've won through a prize draw, and that would be their last hurrah before they enter the real working world.
Hello everyone, my name's Wahi. You have to excuse me, I'm not feeling very well, but I'm going to try and get through this. So, how do we plan to get Popworks to pop off on social media? So our plan is to resonate with our target audience, so that's the 18 to 25-year-olds, encourage engagement, utilize UGC, and leverage incentives. So if we go to the next slide, please. So this is our insights.
So mainly from our insights, we found that a lot of young people, specifically Gen Z, were feeling like they were missing out on the traditional uni experience that their parents may have had. So finding yourself and your people. So because of this, we wanted to make sure that we had Popworks as the solution to this problem by having them at the forefront of in-person events. So for example, we would have them at the pop-up events, at freshers events, and that way we would have people meeting new people and also enjoying a Popwork as well.
Okay, so the first step to achieving this goal that we have is actually insight mining, and that is where we would basically create this whole Popworks pop quiz kind of thing. And you know, if you're 18 to 25, then you're at the prime age of self-discovery. You want to learn what you like about yourselves, what are you into, and connect with people that have the similar interests to you. So that would be your next step. Next slide, please. Step 2 would be linking people with these common interests together. So whether people are looking to date, to make new friends, expand their networks, you can basically find someone through Popworks, and I think that's the key at the moment for that kind of age range as well. The next step would be people would be invited to our TikTok show. If you go back one slide, please, thank you. So this TikTok show is basically our innovative idea that no other brand is doing. This is something that will disrupt the market. It's utilizing that whole Risa long-form content that we see now on TikTok, where we used to have just 60-second videos, 30 seconds videos, but now people are using their TV time on the app. So you have 10-minute videos, and that is where our show comes into play. Next slide, please. So our show, we would call it What's Poppin'. And this is the thing that we're going to transform our whole socials channels to. It will just be the show. That show will kind of be the #1 show for students to tune into all over the country. And I think it kind of fits the student vibe as well, because you know, you're not at home. You most likely don't have a TV unless you're in a really nice shared accommodation, but unlikely, so the phone becomes your TV and hence the show. Next slide, please. So this is examples of what that could look like if you want to visualize it. This kind of setup, 2 people connecting, oversharing that beautiful snack that's healthy as well, which is great. Another one would be like Popworks and Chill. We've got a game show over here if we want to expand it into TV and like really make it this big thing. But essentially you'd have different segments on the TikTok page, so it's not the same thing all over again. You don't know what you're actually going to get. It's almost as if you're scrolling through the app, but actually you're scrolling through the Popworks channel itself. Next slide, please. Here's some more examples. Next slide, please. Maybe like once in a while we'd have a like public figure come in and they'd share Popworks with a inspiration, someone that aspires to be like them. You know, like we'll have these like special segments sprinkled in that will raise brand awareness, maybe with collaborations. Next slide, please. And then eventually that would lead us into third spaces. So Popworks quiz. We did the quiz, we did the insight mining. We know that maybe Joe and Jill, I don't know, both like pop music or alternative music. So then we'd have like these sponsored parties in collaboration with Spotify, where the Popworks playlist parties pop up all around different unis. The whole party would be catered with Popworks. And then you get that natural aesthetic UGC content. You get a Snapchat geo filter on there. You've got that natural, people know that this is what you eat when you're having fun. It's that natural association that happens afterwards. Next slide, please. So just to recap what I've just been through. So we've got the whole journey, which is like insight mining, Then off to our show, which is like our online social media space, and then onto our third spaces, which are in-person events, and they basically connect every Gen Z member to each other that have previously grown up online, and now they get to grow up together. Thank you.
So just carrying on from our main idea of having a TikTok show, I just kind of created like a mood board that would kind of showcase the journey of university, and also with all the events that we're having, the pop-up shops, having those late nights in the library with your friends. We also kind of had an idea of having a sponsored outside cinema event, which would be sponsored by Popworks, and that would be a great way, again, for people to continue to connect with each other, but also having Popworks as the bridging foundation that enabled these friendships to occur. And we would also continue to have a lot of photos and documentation of all the great events that we've had, such as the third spaces as well.
And then moving on to like brand collaborations, we've thought of, okay, so Popworks is quite kind of healthy, even though you don't exactly like to admit that. So we were thinking Popworks out, and we was going to do it in collaboration with Gymshark. Next slide, please. And then we were thinking, okay, so Gymshark is a very sports brand. They like promoting healthiness, and they do loads of events like their running club and then gym lifting club. So we was thinking on 3 different approaches. So we have pop and snack. So we have like kind of different versions of what you can make your Popworks snacks into. So for example, like salsa kind of thing, sundaes, some kind of like healthy alternatives. Then we have Flex and Fuel, and Flex and Fuels is like for the events and like kind of showing what kind of different events you can do around it, and we'll be popping up in different universities showing that. And then we'll also be doing like little breaks and snacks with like Popworks. And then we have Crunch and Flex, which is different exercises that uni students can do to stay in shape, as well as taking Popworks, which has a certain amount of protein in it, which is quite good for them.
Hi, my name's Ashley, and today I'm going to be talking about the advertising side. So during specifically times around such as January, when it's the new year, a lot of people make resolutions to become fit and healthy, so there'll be like an increase in gym memberships. Gyms such as Pure Gym have specific discounts towards students, so Popworks can actually use that to their advantage, and they can offer discounts within the gyms which students or even other people may use, which will lead to increased buying of their product. In addition, with the Gymshark collaboration, for the first few weeks of September, April and January, when students, specifically university students, receive their student finance, they will provide free Popworks with Gymshark, because when students have their student finance, they'll probably spend it on costly items, and Gymshark can be quite expensive. So whilst they're getting their new items so that they can be going to the gym, they'll also be getting free Popworks, and the more that they're eating Popworks, the more they'll decide maybe they'll have it instead of just with their Gymshark outfits, but during other times.
In conclusion, we have 2 great ideas, obviously, and it's only up to you guys to decide which one you like. That's all from us, and it's been a pleasure to perform for you guys today. Thank you.
Right, we now want team 2 coming into the stage.
Okay, guys. So, one moment for our slide to come up.
Would you like to introduce each of you?
Of course. So, my name is Haley, and we are Girl Math Central, okay? Just so you know. Girl Math Central. That's our name, guys. Thank you. So, what is Popworks? Can anybody in the audience, if you'd like to raise your hand, let me know if you know what Popworks is? Food. What type of food? It's a snack. Okay. At least you know what we're going on about then. So, what makes Popworks unique? Well, for those of you who don't know, Popworks is a crunchy, tasty, puffy, and healthier triangular-shaped alternative to the other competitors in the snacking industry. Additionally, it's gluten-free, which benefits those with such intolerances. Oops. Technical difficulties, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. So, Popworks is known for their popped crisps with that real crunch. And it has been around for nearly a decade under the TNC PepsiCo. But I just wanted to ask if anybody, maybe aged 18 to 25, or if they have children aged 18 to 25, put your hands up maybe.
I mean, I'm aged 18 to 25.
Of course, that's fine. Either group, it doesn't matter. So if you are within that group or have children within that group, I just want to ask you, have any of your children, or you yourself if you're in that age range, asked you to buy Popworks? No? Or you want to buy Popworks? Okay, we have a few over there. Nice, nice. Okay, but primarily what this brief is about is that Popworks feels as though they are not catering enough to that age range. So the problem being would be that age range proves to be increasingly dependent on this age range, like it depends on social media. And through research we have conducted, we have seen that their sense of social media presence is lacking. And the way to fix this is to improve social media management, the promotion of the product online and in person, as well as the usage of significant social events to benefit the brand's initiative of promoting Popworks. Okay? So, we, as a group, have seen that Popworks work with a variety of companies, some of which are Tesco, Ocado, and Creams, a famous dessert parlour stationed all around the UK, have been working with Popworks. And this is what led to us to create the slogan, "Let's pop that craving." Since whether it be sweet, salty, spicy, sour, Popworks is a versatile brand and they are catering to a variety of moods and circumstances. And this can be expressed in many ways, which my colleagues are now going to take over and let you know about.
So for the target audience, it's students between the ages of 18 to 25. And to be more specific, like usually university students, so also people who enjoy going to societies as well and participating in extracurricular activities. And our current situation is within Popworks is the fact that not enough people know about it. And this means that Popworks also lacks marketing presence, and it's not accessible for students because you can't find it in every single supermarket or superstore. So we want to try to make it more accessible for people. So our aim is basically to speak to students in a way that isn't forced, and also encourage them to buy Popworks because they're also way cheaper than other crisps as well. I think they're like £1. So it's significantly cheaper to other brands as well, which is good because a lot of students might be trying to save money. So that's also a bonus. Can you go to the next slide? Thank you. So how are we planning on incorporating this with younger audiences? So first of all, we want to collaborate with clubs and society and universities. So for example, if you've got a sports society, that might be a good way to provide like challenges and matches where Popworks could also come in. For example, we were thinking of having an event such as like a jungle gym where someone can try to collect as many Popworks flavors in order to pop that craving. And also we were thinking of having competitions such as marathons where if you run to a certain mile, you could get like a break station where Popworks would be provided as well. And that would just increase the awareness because if you see it everywhere, you're eventually going to be influenced to buy it as well. And saying that as a target audience as well, I feel like I would be influenced if it was more accessible and I kept seeing it around me. And also another idea that we had is to have like a feedback at the end of these events. So if, for example, we have like a challenge and it's finished, it would be a good idea to have a feedback where we ask the target audience, so the students, if they could give us any feedback and how to improve it. So I feel like that would help the brand gain an insight into what the cohort is thinking. And we also had other competitions and activities. For example, Freshers Week is a big week because it's the start of university for a lot of people. So we were thinking of having like Popworks pop-ups, so where they could just get free goodies and just basically take them. And I think that using social media to promote this as well would be a good idea, because a lot of young people are on socials. So promoting these events in universities through social media is a really good way. And I will now pass on to my colleague.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Nishicia. I'll be drawing into this idea of the influencer side in marketing. So, in order to spread more recognition, this is where influencers come into place. So, influencers impact marketing strategies and consumer behavior, which in turn makes them powerful players in both the digital and real world landscape. So collaborating with Foot Asylum, for example, will allow for this integration of Popworks brand identity with the young people who are regular Foot Asylum shoppers, or even just people who are familiar with the brand name. Nella Rose, for example, has a huge inspirational and influential impact on young people. And so sponsoring her will attract her audience to the products. So right now I'm going to show you a short snippet of influencers who are popular amongst young people. Is the video? Would you mind getting up the video, please? Bear with us, guys. Bear with us. Is the YouTube link on there?
I saw a video icon come up.
Should I just continue? Or? Okay, so I'm just going to explain the video, seeing as it's not really working. So this video showcases how influencers can casually promote Popworks to the audience in a relative tone. So if we take this idea of curiosity into consideration, so this is a factor in which Popworks can take for granted. So through the use of Nella Rose's influence on the young, especially being her prominent target audience, having her sponsor Popworks in podcasts or Foot Asylum ads will attract more recognition to the brand. So something as simple as her just eating Popworks on the media, or having a segment within the podcast where she promotes the products and showcases a specific flavor will in itself draw young people towards her brand, towards the brand, sorry. So young people will question, what is she eating? Where can I buy that? So that in itself can just draw young people towards the product. Other influential platforms that are popular amongst young people that could also be used to promote the brand is Love Island. So this could be through sponsored adverts. So by sponsoring Love Island casts, for example, using billboards for marketing, Popworks, can also be an effective way to bring awareness and recognition to the brand. As utilizing their popularity, which is gained from their association with Love Island, will attract more young people. So linking back to that slogan, Pop That Craving, this can be incorporated in terms of integrating it with the foundation of what Love Island is about. For example, using that slogan in the Hideaway. Does anyone know what the Hideaway is? Anyone want to tell me? Anyone? No? Okay. So for those who don't know, Hideaway is where two individuals who are interested in each other, hide away in a room together. So, by captioning the hideaway, pop that craving, this in a way, links with the idea that the two individuals are craving that romantic connection and also shines the light on Popworks' slogan, pop that craving. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Okay, hi, my name is Giselle, and I'm basically just going to be following on what my colleague Nishisia was talking about. So basically, do any of you here actually follow Popworks on social media? How many of you actually follow them? Okay, got a couple hands. But the majority of you here don't. And the thing is, Popworks doesn't have a very major platform as it's still a very small business with only 7,500 followers on Instagram and 1,600 followers on TikTok. So the idea is to use these influencers and their social medias to capitalize on it and take that opportunity of sponsoring them to use their social medias, because such as on Instagram, Chloe Burrow, Young Philly, and Chunks, they have over millions of followers with 4.7 million and 3.1 million and 1.8 million. And also on TikTok, we have Chunks Philly and GK Barry with 5.9 million, 3 million, 3.5 million followers. So the idea is for them to create content to push their products on their social medias, because most of the young people in this day and age, they've been following them from young ages, since probably 2015. You've been following their YouTubes, you've been following their Snapchats, you've been following everything they've been doing, and all their sponsorships with people like JD, Foot Asylum, their new sponsorship, I think it's even with Channel 4, all their new videos and stuff like that. So they could use that as well. And also, most young people use Snapchat. How many of you see your children or you yourself, if you're a young person here, on Snapchat watching your friends' stories or watching celebrity stories and seeing what they're getting up to on their day-to-day basis, because you enjoy them and you find them funny and you want to catch up on their daily lives. So having ads pop up on Snapchat, people being like, oh, what's Popworks? Or them being on Snapchat and you just see Popworks in the background, also following what Nishi was talking about, the idea of curiosity, because young people hate it when things are forced upon them. When your mum is talking to you and she's trying to force something onto you, I don't want to listen to you. What are you doing? Just get out of my face, please. So the idea is to more just make them curious about what's in the background. It keeps popping up, and it's playing on their young minds and their curiosity, as young people. So thank you. I'll be moving on to the next person. Oh wait, before I move on to the next person, we have on the next slide, we have a video of showing the type of content that they could be creating. And this is also playing off a TikTok trend of girl maths and boy maths. Because, TikTok, they have girl maths is, if I have £3,100,
we're only getting a fraction of the calories.
We use girl maths, of course we snack on low calorie crisps, but also getting our assignments done.
We use girl maths. Of course we cave into our pre-workout cravings. It's only 45 calories.
Use girl maths. Of course, I'd rather eat 10 packs of these than 5 packs of any other crisps, because I'm only putting on half the calories.
We use girl maths. Of course we choose Popworks.
So this is just an idea of the type of content that we would want these creators to create in order to push our products, because it's a very popular trend on TikTok of girl maths and boy maths. Boy maths being, we scored in a football game, but you don't even play for the team, and you're neither you're a manager or a coach. So you're saying we, but you didn't do nothing. All you did is sat there and eat food. But anyways, and girl maths being sorry, And then girl maths being, I have £3,000 in my account, but I could only use £100. Does that make sense to some girls in this room? Well, I'll be moving on to the next person now.
So hi guys, my name is Scarlett, and I was just looking at the ways myself, because I'm within that target audience, 18 to 25, if I can relate to Popworks. So I went on their social media, their Instagram, and to be honest, I couldn't at all. Me thinking as a consumer, brands I can relate to, me, I have curly hair naturally. Brands I can relate to, Sheer Moisture, Cantu, because I can see myself within that brand. I can see that brand targets towards people like me, and they make an effort to target to that. And basically, within marketing, I feel thinking about the cultural stances and values of 18 to 25-year-olds, which is Popworks' target audience, is very important because it shows that Popworks cares about their audience, and it shows that it allows for a connection to be established. Data shows that the common interest between 18 and 25-year-olds is parties, studying, video games, and I feel like Popworks could, or we can take an effort to collect this data. I feel like it would be best to do this primarily like through questionnaires and surveys. It provides quantitative and qualitative data with temporal validity, which can be incorporated into effective marketing strategies. And it also shows that Popworks is becoming more personal to their target audience and is showing a consideration for their opinions and interests. We decided that the most effective strategy is football. Like going on right now, we have the World Cup, we have the Euros, and I feel like England or like the UK itself like really prides themselves in football. I feel like everyone loves going to the pub, watching football, being around family and friends. Popworks showcases the idea that they have 40% less fat and their products have never been fried. Football itself is a sport, athletics, it falls under the health category, so this is where these two products or topics link. I feel like social media through like student unions can be used to promote football parties. I feel like Popworks can promote and create these football parties where students can come at a discounted price, and through promoting like people around family, they're around friends, they're enjoying football, and they're around Popworks as well. Student unions that they can collaborate with is like African Caribbean societies, dance societies, French societies, like language societies at uni, and this is because these societies already have a following on their social media, so by them promoting these parties is very accessible to the students to already see. And it kind of also showcases and takes in the idea that UK recognizes football as a beloved sport. It's normally watched in a setting of drinks, food, friends and family. And of course the name of the football parties would be Let's Pop That Craving. But thank you guys for listening to our brief. We hope you enjoyed.
So I want to say how proud I am of all of our young people smashing it on stage. It is never easy coming on stage. I still get scared. Well done for stepping up and getting out of your comfort zone, because I know, especially we had one of the young people who didn't feel very well. So very well done. We're going to take a few minutes and we're going to come back with who the winner is. But to be honest, you're all winners, okay? You just will get a little bit of a less discount, gift voucher, so don't worry, you're all winners. But we're going to come back with some feedback and we'll let you know some details about who's the winner, but you're both winners.
Hey guys. Oh, sorry. Just want to say, amazing job. Like, I was so impressed throughout. So much work done in such a short space of time. One of the things we were talking about from Team 1, which we really liked, was the insight that you perhaps feel like your university experience or your study experience isn't the same as what has like come before for like your parents or people that are older than you. Just wanted to kind of understand what you feel it is that you're missing out, and is there anything that perhaps like Popworks could have a role in that could like help give you something a bit more in that space?
Just speaking on behalf of my team, I think the main thing was just that because of COVID, a lot of social skills have kind of died out, and because of that, people are so dependent on social media as a way to connect with people. So a big thing now is before you even go to university, everyone says, join the fresher group chats, join these, versus our parents. I know for my parents, they said they'd just be walking and someone would just say hi, and then they start a conversation like that, and they'd have these spaces to facilitate that. Whereas now we don't have a lot of those third spaces, such as like the outdoor cinema that's just popping up again. So I think that was our main concern, and we wanted Popworks to be that solution to that as well.
Okay, I'll ask a question for Group 1 then. I loved that insight as well. That was really eye-opening, I think, especially from a brand perspective. You gave us quite a lot of different ideas about different things you could do, etc. Maybe this might be a tricky question, but do you as a team have something collectively that you think is your strongest idea out of the ideas you presented to us?
Hello. So yeah, our whole ethos is that, yes, there's these whole different ideas, a lot of different ways that you can kind of communicate this main idea of the third space. But yeah, you can do it through the gym, you can do it through parties, you can do it through, I don't know, beauty get-togethers, nails, that kind of thing. So I think the whole idea is that, okay, you have this brand, you have this insight that what Gen Z want, taking the next step to kind of like showcase what that third space would be like online on the social media channels, and then translating that into real life. And that can take any form depending on what people are interested in, because I feel like Gen Z is more diverse than a lot of other groups have been in the past, because we're exposed to so much through social media, so you're able to see what you might enjoy more and self-discover yourself more during this time, which is like the key to do so. So yeah.
I think just directly answering that question, I think our strongest idea was the TikTok show, only because we know that's one forum that can gather all of our target audience. But I think, just as she was saying, we also wanted to represent how diverse our target audience is, and that's why we decided to have those different avenues. But our main primary one was that TikTok one.
Yeah, Team 2, I do actually. Team 2, love Pop That Crave. The Love Island Hideaway sponsorship, I'm not sure we get signed off by the brand. But
I can try.
yeah, one of the things that I loved is you kind of said that as Gen Zs or students, you hate it when brands kind of tell you what to do, get up in your face, kind of like our parents all did. I totally resonate with that. How can brands, in your mind, be better at not just shoving themselves in your face and better at kind of talking to you a way that you care about and will listen?
I feel like the best way to do that is talk to us the way we would talk to each other, like understanding how I would talk to Nishi or how I would talk to Ashley, or understanding the way that we communicate with each other, especially since that our generation is very different to the old generation, but you're the ones that are trying to cater towards us. So it's like you're not really understanding us. You're more so like, okay, how would have we been back when we were your age? More as, how is it now when you're your age, how it is now. So I feel like trying to understand us more rather than trying to think about how it was for you when you were our age is the best way to do that.
Okay, thank you. Do you have a question?
I just wanted to add on to that, and I think that's why we were saying that TikTok and influencers are such a big way to get through to us, because to use as an example on TikTok, for example, Ryan and Duolingo, they're participating in challenges, they're following along with the trends, and if you guys decided to get a TikTok account and promote via that, and maybe cater to what we enjoy, that is a massive way to promote Popworks and what you want to get out there.
Thank you, love that.
Yeah, love those ideas. Okay, if you would like to take a seat and we will come back to
Hello?
we have both mics.
I think it should be on.
Hello.
Oh, there you go.
Hello. Great, so we've done some deliberation. We're going to give a quick little bit of feedback on both presentations. I mean, just in general, they were brilliant, guys. We really, really, really enjoyed having you up there. Got some great insights for the brand. But yeah, Sam's going to give some feedback to Team 1.
Yeah, I think your insight was brilliant. I think that's something as I'm in my 30s now, I no longer kind of think back to those kind of days as a student. And I think that's something that we can definitely take away. I think it's given us so much kind of valuable thinking about how we can better connect with the student space, about what you guys actually need and what you kind of feel is relevant for you guys as kind of that need for connection. And so that's a great chance for us to go in and think about how can we connect that with the brand. So thank you. Great thinking there.
Yes, and on Team 2, I thought it was really strong because you had a really consistent theme throughout of that Pop That Crave, and what it did was a really nice job of tying your idea together. You also took time to think about physical and mental availability from as a student perspective, so not just the online space, but where can you get the product, etc. So really, really strong there as well. So we have decided that you are all winners, but the strongest idea for us was Team 2 with Pop That Crave.